Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are gonna draw a simple and easy flower bouquet using Autodesk Sketchbook. And this flower bouquet you can use it for a birthday wish or anniversary wishes. And today, obviously, since it's Valentine's Day, I'm gonna do a happy Valentine's Day wishes using this. You can mix and match the design with any wishes you want, and you can print it out or you can just send a digital file as a gift. So let's get started. In case you're new to this app and you have no idea about it, you can always watch my beginners tutorial, which I will leave the link down in the description. You can check it out. And I also have done few other drawing tutorials for beginners. You can check that out as well. I'll leave those links as well in the description. This is a free app, so you can download it from Play Store or App Store absolutely for free, and you can get going. Just open the Autodesk Sketchbook app. If you don't know what it looks like, this is how the app looks like. You can open it and you can just use a screen size canvas or a square canvas, whatever you want. And for that you have to go to this. You can set the width and height of the canvas which you want to use, and then you can just press the create and it will be created. I have opened a screen size canvas, which is easier for me since I can use the drawing here and the wishes on the other side. I just wanted to do it this way. I'm gonna go with the felt pen. You can adjust the size here. Before starting to draw, let's do a rough sketch of what we are gonna draw today. Don't worry about the shape and size. This is just gonna be a rough one. So this is where the stems will be coming out. You can adjust this as you like. Before drawing, if you do this, it's very much easier for you to draw the outlines and stuff. And this is the basic bouquet I would like. And then some flowers. Don't worry about the shape or size. So this is my outline. You can also use the transform tool and adjust the size. This is the basic, just the outline. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to make it perfect. Just draw random stuff so that you can get an idea of the placements. And then we can reduce the opacity of this layer so that we can use this as the background and trace this. So now I'm gonna create a new layer, and the felt pen is what I'm going to use. You can use the paintbrush as well. And now first I'm going to draw the base. For that I'm just going to use a darker brown color. The colors is totally your choice. You can use whatever color you feel like. Make sure not to leave any gap so that when you fill color, you can fill it nicely. So the base is done. Now I'm gonna hide that layer and then create one more. Now I'm just gonna use a slightly different color from that, and I'm gonna use it for this wrapper here, like which one comes inside. I'm just making it a little bigger. It comes over so that the other one will come over this, so don't worry about it. So now I'm gonna fill the color. Let's just unhide this and see whether it comes perfectly inside. So now you can see here some ways are out. So now you can use the brush and just draw the outline, perfect the outline. Now it's clearly inside. So let's hide both the layers now and create one more layer here. And now I'm gonna go with the lighter color of them all. So since it's on the top, now I'm gonna draw this portion and fill the color. So now let's unhide them all and see. Now obviously here I have to do a little bit of the correction. Now after we are done with this, let's create one more new layer and draw the rope which ties the bouquet. I'm going to use a black, and I have created a new layer above these. And and draw random lines. Now we can make this more clear. And if there is some imperfections, you can just use the eraser. It would be nice if we add a little tag. So I'm gonna use a white color tag so that I'm gonna just make the background color a slight pink. I'm gonna create a new layer over the ropes, and then so fill the color, and we can use the eraser. Now I'm just gonna draw the black line over so that it looks like it's inside. I'm just gonna draw a heart. Let's now hide the other layers and just create one more new layer and start drawing the flowers. I'm gonna start off with the yellow flower. Always you can draw just one nice flower and you can duplicate it and move it here and there and use it. You don't have to draw multiple times. Use the technical pen. So there we have our flower. Let's create one more layer now and draw a rose. For the base. And then going in, changing the color a little darker. So that's it, we have a rose now. And create one more layer. Let's draw a daisy. Let's draw some more colorful flowers. So we have 4 different flowers now. Create one more layer and choose any other color. Let's do a darker color now and draw another type of flower. You can draw any type of flower you like. It totally depends on your choice. I'm gonna use the black to make the center. You can give outlines or you can just leave it. You can draw the flowers however you like. It's your wish. So we have now 5 different flowers. Let's draw one more, shall we? So I'm going to use a darker blue. So for this flower, I just want to give 2-3 dimensions. I'm going to make this the front layer and create one more layer which should come below this, and use a lighter blue and draw. Let's use the airbrush, flow airbrush, and use a black and reduce the opacity and just lock the layer. Give some depth, and here as well. So now I'm gonna use a white and just make slight additions here and there. So there we have it, and merge this layers so that we have one single flower. Now similarly, let's add little dimensions to other layers. So for this, just unlock the layer and then you can start using the airbrush. I'm just gonna go the lighter shade of this and go to the center. You don't have to add these details if you don't want to. It's just, I just want to give a little more detail to the flowers. You can just draw some flat flowers and go with it. That works as well. So for the pink, or you can use a darker color as well. Just a different shade of it will always work. Use it along the petals like this, so you get a definition, as you can see. So for the yellow, let's pick the color and make it a little darker. You can use the darker shade of the same color, or just go with black and reduce the opacity. That will work as well. See, if you use black and reduce the opacity and use it, that also will give the shadow which you want. So in case you don't want to keep changing the colors and all, you can just go with the black and reduce the opacity and use it. And for the roses, so now we have 6 different flowers. Duplicate the flowers. Just go to the sunflower, duplicate it, and go to the transform tool and move the flower wherever you like and adjust the size. You can set them wherever you want. Even the rose, duplicate and transform. Also, if you want to change the color of it, go to the HSL adjustment and you can change the color of the rose, color of any other flower for that matter. You can increase the saturation or decrease it and darken or lighten the color. Even the size, you can make it a little bigger if you want, or smaller. So that's how you do it. Or what else you can do is, in the layer you can use the selection tool, select it, use the lasso tool and select it, and go here, copy, and then in the same layer paste. You will get 2 flowers. In case you want to adjust the front and back of the flower, you can just bring this flower behind. You want to make it below the white flower, you can change the layers like this, drag and drop them wherever you want the flower. So I want to bring it a little below, or if you want to keep it above, it's all your wish. And this flower, I just want to make it a little more bigger. For drawing the leaves, let's create a layer just below all the flowers so that it comes behind. Paintbrush. Let's use a technical pen. So now we can adjust this leaf wherever you want. Also select, copy, paste in the same layer, flip it, make it a little different, just select it again, and you can change the HSL, make it a little darker, so like that. Let's actually draw a leaf in front of everything. For making it look behind it, just use the eraser tool. Carefully erase. Duplicate it and make 2 leaves and then merge them. You can draw as many as you like. Let me just duplicate this and transform. So let's add some baby's breath, shall we? So for adding those baby's breath, let me create one more layer near the leaves. Let's just use white color and let's focus this area. So that's how it looks. So let me create a layer below the dots. Now let's use green, shall we? A little darker green. Let me darken it even more. There we go. So first I'm gonna draw this one and join it to this. And later what you can do is draw one more, just join them and start connecting the dots here like this. Now we can draw one more. We can merge these two. Now we can duplicate it and move it around. Even this one, if you want to reduce the size or keep it a little closer, and this one as well. You can make it big or small. It always looks nice with the leaf behind. Let me duplicate that. Move it and keep it in between. I just want to bring it above the flowers, so I'm just gonna move it right here. Looks good. Erase the part which is coming out here. There we have our bouquet. Now let's add more details. Here you have to just create a layer above this and draw the stem. We have different colors, so start drawing the stem like this. So there we have it. Now let's add more detail. Let's go to the airbrush and go to the black color. And now here, just lock the transparency. Go along the corner. There we have a little depth, and here as well. Let's create a layer below this brown, and on this layer start drawing some shadow. As you can see, you will find a little more depth, and here as well create one more layer above below this. Let me reduce the opacity even more, size little high. Draw along this layer. So as you can see, we have got a little shadow. Now we can merge this two. And then even for this tag, we can create a little shadow. Use the airbrush. You can also reduce the opacity in case if you feel it's too dark, and merge them. Also, I want to merge the leaves to one layer. So now for the flowers, we need to give a little more depth. So use the black and the airbrush. Where we want to give the shadow, let's find out where this sunflower is. So here, so create a layer and bring it below the sunflower and just add some shadow like this. So this will make it look more realistic, and you can always merge this too. Also, we'll add the shadow to this flower. And now also merge this too. Let's go to this leaves. Where are these leaves? Just create a new layer, bring it below. Reduce the opacity to adjust the shadow depending on how intense you want it. Now merge the layers, and we can do this for other leaves as well. Here for the other leaves, lock the transparency and use the same shadow technique. Lock the transparency. This gives a little more depth. This simple technique will just add the depth. This one is too big, I feel, so let me just transform the size. So our bouquet is ready. Only when you finish all these things, you can merge them all together and move them here and there, or else what you can do is go to the gallery, save current sketch, select this, go here, you have duplicate. So now you have created one more. Now open this one. You have now two diagrams, so you can modify this diagram as you like. So I'm just gonna merge them all now, merge all. So now I have a single bouquet. We can move this wherever we like, add some more detail of the shadow. You can always go to the HSL and darken the, as you can see we have got a shadow, and reduce the opacity where it looks like a shadow, and then you can move it. So move it slightly, a tad bit little this way. So now let's create a new layer. You can merge these in case you want to move them, or you can just leave it in two different layers. I'm just gonna draw some balloons. Since it's Valentine's Day, we'll do a red balloon. Or in case you want to make it even more perfect, you can use the predictive stroke always and create one more layer. So then you will get a even more nice and crisp looking heart. So we have got two now. So as we always make the shadows, use the black and less opacity. Then use a white color draw a little line on this balloon as well, and let's draw a line like this, and from this as well. And let me merge these two and bring them behind the flowers so that they go back. You can now adjust the size of these. Let me merge these as well so that it's easy for me to adjust their shape. So this size should be good enough. So let's copy this balloon. I'm gonna hide that bouquet and selected it. I'm gonna copy and new layer, paste it. There we go. So the balloons are done. If you want to add more balloons, you can do that. Now let's create a chocolate bar over here. So for that I'm gonna use the shade. Gonna go with the chocolate brown. This should be good. Fill the color, and now let's use a darker shade of this and draw lines. Now let me create a new layer and do this. And I'm gonna just reduce the opacity, and let's merge this and duplicate. Now we have two chocolate bars. I wanted to add a little shadow, so I'm just gonna use the airbrush. There we go. Now I want to give a little bite marks to one chocolate. So for that I'm just gonna use the eraser and make the size like this. Just tap on it like in the curvy shape, so it looks like someone took a bite out of the chocolate. And let's merge the chocolate layer. So we have the chocolates in one layer. You can just leave it as it is, or you can add one more gift box. And let me just draw it over here and then fill the color. So I drew a heart and I'm just gonna duplicate it and reduce the opacity so that you see where it is. Make it look like a box, like a heart shaped gift box. And there we have the heart. I'm just gonna hide that layer. Let's do a little bit of color change. I'm just gonna do a gift wrapping over this. For wrapping, I'm just gonna use this yellow and use the chisel tip pen and create the wrapping. So we have got the ribbon, and similarly create one more layer, draw one more. Now erase the extra. So since this one is above this, let me create one more layer down and go to the shadow. And reduce the opacity and adjust. And now let's merge them together. Now I want to create a little bow on top, so use the chisel tip again. Create a new layer on top of this. Let's create a layer below and go to the airbrush. Adjust the shape if you want it big or small. I like this size. Now I'm gonna merge these as well. And let's add a shadow for this as well. Duplicate this and reduce the lightness, reduce the opacity, and move it. Since the bouquet's shadow is also on the other side, we want this also to be on the other side. Since the light source is on this side, we imagine the light source is from this side. So then even this one for the chocolate as well, same thing. Reduce the opacity, chisel adjustment, darken it, and move it a little bit. And for the balloons as well, so there we go. You can add more details to this or you can leave it as it is. And for the wishes part, in case you can't write it without messing it up, or if you're not confident enough to write it on a straight line, you always create a layer, use the predictor stroke and draw the lines, so like this, and reduce the opacity and use these as a tracing line and create a new layer on top of it, and then write on these. Happy Valentine's Day. You can always adjust the size, you can write their name here, you can write the date, whatever additions you want to do, you can do it. If you don't want to write, you can always use the text and you can type it out and you can just add it to the picture. Create a layer and add some pattern to it if you want. So there are some patterns here like a star, the dot pattern. So I'm just gonna keep the opacity low, and if you don't take the pen and just bring it all over here and there, you will get that pattern nice and easy. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you learned something new from this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you recreate this, I would love to see them. You can always tag me in the Instagram Rosalind's Delight. Please do tag me if you recreate them. Also share this video with your friends and have a happy Valentine's Day. Bye. See you soon in my next video.